Hey everyone, it's me, Dee. How are you? I hope everyone is doing well. I have a project that I have completed and I've been working on, and I wanted to share it with you. It is another altered composition notebook, and I've created this for a friend. It is a prayer journal of faith and friendship for my girlfriend. It's very, very dear to me. She unfortunately is battling cancer, and I thought I could hopefully help her while she's going through her treatment, and maybe when she's having bad days or she's home. I just want her to know that I'm there for her. She's needs support and prayers, and she's very deep in her faith. And I created this book. It's mobile. Obviously, she could take it with her wherever she's going. And I thought maybe if she's at the hospital or wherever she's at, she can write in it, journal in it, look at things, maybe get her mind off of stuff. So I am going to share this with you. It's all custom around her and her personality and how we met. And so, yeah, I'd like to start. So, here is obviously what the composition notebook came out to be. It's nice and chunky, got really, really large. I did a bunch of tabs that she could write on and do sections or whatever she wants to put on it. I tied it with, just to kind of keep it closed because it is so thick, a vintage lace. It's kind of like an enclosure. I generally do that when my books get pretty large like that. And she can just slip this on and retie it, whatever she wants to do. Here is the front of the cover. It is a prayer journal of faith and friendship, and this is a Tim Holtz chipboard frame. And back in the day, I don't know if people remember, but he had this grunge board kind of material, and some of the images popped out. There was blank sheets you can die cut on your die cutting machine. There's all kinds of wonderful stuff you can do, and I still have some of that. And that's where these hinges come from, and these flourish vine embellishments. And I painted these along with the hinges. And then I just put some scrapbooking paper, washi tape, flowers. Here's what the back looks like. Washi tape, some of the scrapbooking paper I had. And a lot of stuff in this book, it's very ironic how things worked out, but I'll go through that as we get to it. And I picked this paper out first and didn't realize it and put it on there, and I thought it looked really pretty and cute and festive. And then I found these flowers that I had, and they were just single, like didn't have them in a set or anything. And they are the exact colors that go with this paper, and I did not mean to do that. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And let's see, let's get started. So in the front of the book, well, as you open the book, it's to and from. I'll fill that out. I did a lot of doodling, frame-wise, borders that kind of go around the pages and throughout the book. And then I did some scallop doodling there, threw some paint down, stamped journal, stamped a little Paris insignia here, punched it out, had an embellishment somewhere here she can journal. She'll probably have to use like a white pen or something that would show up, and some scrapbooking paper and stickers. This page is a glassine envelope I had, and I, throughout the book, when I used my paper, I had little pieces left, so I created journaling cards out of them, stamped some inspirational faith messages on it, and just kind of used up those pieces of paper that were left over from what I was using in the book. And then created that little pocket. Stamped faith here, Psalm 27:1, little bird sticker I had because, you know, got to put a bird in there, another little bird. And so, you know, she can do anything she wants with those journaling cards, journal on them, maybe put some pictures, put some Bible verses on it, whatever she thinks she would like to do, because obviously it's her journal. So I'll put them in later. And then I have this little, it's like an epoxy resin sticker, and I just put that on there so she can open it and close it and made it look a little festive. On this page here, I did a lot of stenciling, and I used acrylic paint to do that. And I put some dragonflies around. Dragonflies are luck. I love them. They're my favorite. And some inspirational sayings on there, and she can put a picture or something that she wants to use that page for. This was Imagine. She can journal, pictures, celebrate today, more space for her to do whatever she'd like to do. This was a little, it was on a piece of paper. I cut it out, and it says, this certifies that blank is awarded this certificate for, and I'm going to fill this out and, you know, write something about her being so brave and so inspiring and everything she's going through. So I'll fill that out later. Created a little pocket right here, and I just had some little leftover fun little pieces, and I had these little tickets, and I wrote faith, hope, love, peace, and little 25-cent ticket, 50-cent ticket, bingo cards, and then little places I put some Bible verses. This is one of my favorite Bible verses in Revelation and Matthew, and just different things that she can look up on her phone, or maybe take her Bible or have her Bible at home, and, you know, just something for her to get her mind off of things and be in her faith. This page, he's so funny. I cut him or her out of a magazine, and also with these two cats here, because she loves cats and she's rescued so many of them. And I figured that was, again, customized around her. Little journaling spot here. Anything she wants to put down, maybe a picture or something. I did some stenciling all on here. Background, did that in acrylic paint. Did some flowers. This says enjoy, live today. Cut out from a magazine a little cat. Did some doodling, more doodling here that I did. Some watercolor, some acrylic paint, whatever she wants. Maybe she can write going this way, or write, you know, vertically or horizontally, whatever she wants to do. Grow through what you go through. So I put some flowers on there, and symbolic of flowers, and, you know, her growing with her fight and everything that she's going through. This page, I cut this peacock out of a magazine, and I wrote, you are a rare gem, because she's just such a good person. She's one of the first people I ever met when I moved out of state, and we just clicked. And there's a page on that, and I'll explain that a little bit more. And so I thought, you know, the peacock was symbolic of beauty and how beautiful she is, and just such a survivor, and just so inspirational to me. I love her. And then this here, one reason why we get along too is we love anything vintage, and we love the 50s. And I had this from a kit. It says hello there on the phone, and we do talk a lot on the phone, especially too now, because she has to go through so much. So we keep up a lot with texts and phone calls and things of that nature. So I found this old phone in a old magazine, cut that out, and then I stenciled Brave Girl, painted it, did some polka dots, went around it in black, did some scallops here, and it says hello there, brave girl, because that's what she is. She's a brave girl. She's endured so much. She fought cancer twice, and as I got about halfway through this book, and she doesn't know about this book, she called me one day and said the cancer came back. So she's got cancer for the third time. And so I just wanted to get this done and be able to give it to her, so she can know that, you know, she's not alone, and we all love her and support her and pray for her. So that's why I kind of just did this large page so it stands out and so she knows how brave she is. And then she can journal here or whatever she wants to do. And this page, 2-page spread here is, do you remember when we met? And I took my alphabet dies and stamped we met because we met at a craft store. That's how I met her. I was working and she came in as a customer and she was looking for something. And then a few weeks later, she came back looking for me and asked me to go to a party. But I'll explain that to you later in the book. And so I thought it would be cute that she could journal and write down her memories of her and I meeting. And then here I had some embellishments and paste it down. That's why we're friends and I'm saving my memories. I painted some flowers over here, playing off the colors here, and then just used some scrapbook paper and put some paint down on it. Did some stitching around it with some doodling, and she can write whatever she'd like. This page, I painted directly onto the ruled line paper of the composition notebook, and I cut out a perfume bottle over here and here, and I had some stickers that were in a couple of sets I didn't use. One said lovely and the other one was you, and I put it together, lovely you, because you're dealing with perfume and, you know, lady stuff. And I did a verse from Ephesians about the fragrant offering to God and her her faith and everything. So I thought that that kind of came together. And did again, here we go with the doodling around the page, and spritzed it and did some gold accents to bring out the gold in the perfume bottle. So lovely her. And on this page, it says, "Hi, sunshine." And that's something that she says to me every time she calls me or every time she texts me. She always says, "Hi, sunshine," every time. So that's just like a little thing between her and I, a nice place to journal. And lucky you, I asked her what her lucky numbers were, and she told me 11 and 29. And I had these extra numbers, which is because I wanted to use them, and I actually had those numbers. So I took some scrapbook paper, put this down, doodled around it, had a little shamrock that came off of an envelope that someone had sent me, a St. Patty's Day card, put that on there, lucky you, because she is a lucky girl. She's just so strong and courageous, and thought she can write something there. Keep shining, and this I had cut out of this part was out of a magazine or a book, and then keep shining is a stamp. So I stamped that in the middle and painted the background so that kind of all went together in the same color scheme. Stenciled some wings here and outlined them with some glitter, like a glitter pen I had. I think it's a jelly roll. And did another Bible verse. More of my doodling around the pages to bring out the black. This page, another Bible verse, I hand stitched with embroidery thread all around the heart and over here, and kind of just brought all those colors together and had some little embellishments left over from a kit I had, and use that on this page so she can journal and put things down. And then I stamped with my alphabet letters fight, and a little arrow, and a little woman here with a heart, and there's like a little feather over here if you can see that. And then on this page, I did some art journaling. If I could put the link down below with among the flowers, I did a video where I did a tutorial on how to create these flowers. So I just kind of played off of that and put that in the book and did a Bible verse over there. And she can journal, put pictures. Radiate your strength, I stamped here, and then fight, fight, fight over here with my alphabet letters. Put this directly onto the lined paper, did some gesso, some watercolor, did some vines around it, and radiate is it was like on a piece of paper, a scrapbook piece of paper, and I just cut the letters out and put them down, and then kind of use that as the topic as to, how strong she is. This page, now this page, this and the next page will be an explanation of about the party. So she has these unbelievable parties that she creates all her props herself. And that's why down here it says cardboard, because she goes to the supermarkets and she gets big boxes and different things and just makes these huge scaled props. And it kind of reminds you of something you used to do, like when you were a kid and you had a play and you made those big props out of cardboard and you painted it. It's kind of like that, but hers is just, oh, it's just awesome. And so she loves cardboard, she loves doing things on a large scale. She's a crafter, she does all kinds of stuff. So I cut out some magazine images, big ideas, because she does it on a big scale. And smile and craft on, eat, sleep, craft, repeat, spray cans, glue, some washi tape, paint here, jars of paint. She's just so talented. And that's how I came up with that idea, which is going to now play off into the next spread that I'm going to show you. So this spread is, do you want to come to a party? And this was just some ribbon I had. It says faith, hope, love, and it's got some crucifix on it, and I thought that would be cute, like a bookmark or wherever she is in her journal, and she can just put it in there and use that as placement. So, do you want to come to a party? So when she comes back from when I was working at the store, and she comes back, and I knew who she was because obviously we met, and she said to me, "Do you want to come to a party I'm having?" And I was kind of like, "Well, yeah, oh, sure," and you're thinking, okay, don't really know this person, but got to get to know some people. And she's like, "Bring your husband," and blah, blah, blah. So we go to this party, and it was a Hollywood red carpet party. And she literally flips her house, moves all her furniture out, brings in all her props. She does the whole house becomes the theme of what party she's throwing. So on this page, I've been to multiple parties that she's had, and I have pictures of those parties with her and I together. So I'm going to glue them down here with the different parties, which is obviously why it says, "Do you want to come to a party?" And I'm going to do that later because I'm not quite sure if she wants to be in a YouTube video. So I'm just going to leave that blank and then go back and do that later. And I stamped the letters with my rubber stamps, and then I did some stencils for the circles and then hit it with some gold to make it festive. And so that's what that page is about. And when we started to hang out and start talking, and we just started to develop the friendship, it was like always, it's crazy, like we just clicked and it was great. So we always laugh about that. So I know she's going to get a kick out of this layout. This page, I watercolored some stripes, and then I did some doodling. I did some like checker marks here, and I stamped reflect on watercolor paper, and then I fussy cut around them. And the same thing here, watercolored here, watercolored the flowers, and kind of just sketched little flowers out and created that. So it's just an inspiring page for her with another verse from Luke. This page was cut from a magazine, and then I stamped waves with my rubber stamps. And then on this page, I left this just a single lined ruled paper from the composition book, and then some scrap paper I had, took my alphabet letters, stamped of gratitude, so waves of gratitude, did some bubbles around the pages, and here and on this page she can journal whatever she's grateful for, whatever she wants to put. And I do get a lot of questions: how do I get my books so thick, and what do I do with the pages? And I've talked about that a little bit in my other videos. But again, in this, I normally put two of these together, one ruled lined piece of paper and then another one and glue it. And depending on what I'm doing, like this one here has scrapbook paper on it. This one here has watercolor paper on it. That does make it thicker. I just do it because sometimes I just don't want to see those lines, or I want it thicker. And of course, watercolor is going to saturate right through this paper. So if I want to get a watercolor effect, then I make sure I use watercolor paper and then adhere that to the line paper. But it depends. Like as I'm going through creating my pages, and like this page here, I knew I wanted to use this from the magazine, and obviously it's a wave. And then I was thinking, like, what could I play off of that? And I was like, wave. And I'm like, okay, waves of gratitude. And then I was like, oh, okay, she can list everything. So again, it's just all preference on what you kind of see in your head. And then this was a stamp, watercolored this, another Bible verse. She can journal. This was some scrapbooking paper that was left over from this paper. So I had a piece here and a piece here. And then I took my acrylic paints and just kind of matched up the color and then painted the sides here to kind of make that water flow and make it all look more solid, and did a Bible verse here. This love was off of the paper from here, and I just cut those out like I did here. Put that down, put that strictly right onto the rolled line paper of the composition book, and then did a purple border, some Posca pens. I did the vines, some dots, scribbled a little border around it, and then a Bible verse of John 3:16. And then on this page, I found a magazine image of strength, and this one is a Bible verse about friendship, and just to show like an image of support and strength and encouragement, and to keep fighting, to hold on, because I'll never let go, and I'm there for her. So that's what this represents, a true story. She can put something there. And then this page here, this was from a magazine, Simply Divine. Over here, protected by the light, protected by the eternal. I just put that there for support and inspiration. And 1961 is her birth date. I had extra numbers left over, and they're just like random. You're like, oh, what am I going to do with these numbers? Because I've used all the numbers I need. But I did have extra numbers. And again, ironically, that worked out because I had it for her birth date. So I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. And then this page, Warrior Sisters, she was telling me about how many wonderful people she has met, and women that she became friends with, that she's fighting with. They're all there together to support each other as they're getting their treatments and things of that nature. So she calls them her warrior sisters. And I've put 1 through 7. I have no idea how many people she's met, but I figured she could write their names or something about them or whatever she wants, but that it reflects off the people that she has met and that she's fighting for and fighting with. And then I just did some scribble lines down here, did some Tim Holtz spray, and I had this little pink ticket, which again, pink, and I did pink because I just kind of figured that all went together, and that worked out pretty nice. This page was just a fun page. Again, this is right on the lined composition paper. Did a squiggle line, did some polka dots. These are those funky epoxy embellishments I had. Did some flowers, live your dreams, fun, and she can write on there, put pictures or whatever she wants. This page, she loves to clean. She is a cleaning machine. And I did a verse for this, and I know that she'll crack up about that because she always says to me, you know me, I gotta clean it, I gotta clean it. So that's definitely her. More of these epoxy images I had. Now this page, this is Warrior RNs, her nurses, and she told me that her nurses are so spectacular. She could not have got through what she has with her battle and her fight without them. So I created this page where she can bring in her book, this book, and her journal, and have the nurses write like well wishes or something, of inspiration, or write their names and maybe something that they talked about, whatever she wants. But I figured she could bring this in and let them put in their supportive words. And I had this scrapbook piece of paper, and I had one, two, three pieces left over. So I put them down, excuse me, and then the blue that was in here, I just mixed some paint to play off that color and painted the sides here. And then I used my silhouette and cut out some letters. This was a flower that it was on another piece of paper, and I put that down. I think there's one up front here, another one here. And I just put that in there, and I think that like all came together, and a sticker that says thankful, because I know how thankful she is for her nurses. So that's how that page came to be. And then this page, I had this inspirational message: you are so much stronger than you think. And I had these are pieces of paper that were left over from whatever I used in a book, and I created just these little long elongated journaling cards and did some inspirational words and pictures. Here's a bird, and it was kind of like nature themed. So I did a butterfly. This was a stencil. Created the background, did the butterfly, and then stenciled the butterfly. And inside the wings, I just put different inspirational words like hope on the body of the butterfly, beauty, stay strong, friendship, the power of prayer, things of that nature. And then she can do what she wants there. This page, because both of us are crazy about the 50s and anything vintage, this I cut from a magazine along with this, and I used my silhouette up here with the letters, and then I had a punch, and I put together You're a Blast from the Past. And we've got this real hip chick over here, and I have these guest checks that I create and craft with, and I had these tickets which match this. Look at that. Like, it's crazy how all that came together, because that was not meant to be. I had this already cut out. And then I said, oh, what would be cute? Because, back then sodas were, 10 cents, a quarter or something. And I had these tickets. So I said, oh, I'll use some of my tickets. And the tickets matched. So I thought that was, again, it just comes out like it's meant to be. And did a little bit of or stamped a crucifix up there. And then this flips up, created a little pocket here, the 50s, and then in that pocket are just strips of some of the scraps left over. Did another Bible verse, bless our home, little things for her to journal on. Number 3, the Holy Trinity, grace, beauty, and she can utilize that in whatever way she chooses. And that sticks behind there, and that flips down. This page is a poem that someone had given me. Well, no, I don't think it's a poem, but it's a writing from Mother Teresa, and it's called Anyway. And it was found on Mother Teresa's wall. So I thought that was very inspirational, put into the book. Did some washi tape, scrapbook paper, embellishments, had a sticker that said blessed, and this flips open. She can do whatever here. Now over here, this says, God bless you, Mother Teresa. My girlfriend's father was a pilot, and he flew internationally, and he had Mother Teresa on his flight, and he met her, and she wrote that to him. And my girlfriend had taken a picture of it and given it to me like years ago. And I was like, oh, how cute would that be? Because, this is a writing from Mother Teresa. And so I put that there and put some washi tape on it. and kindness, because Mother Teresa was so kind. And I just kind of thought like that all came together, and that's really cute. Um, this page, I had these embellishments from another project that I used for something. Put them down, did some stripes of color, and journaled, or excuse me, doodled with black to bring this black out. But I had this without the doll on here, plain, and I was like, oh, I need to do something with that. So you all know I love my Julie Nutting dolls. They're so much fun, and I created her. So this is my girlfriend, and then I stamped on a piece of scrapbook paper the dress, because they are like paper dolls, and you can create such wonderful images of anything, like all your scrapbook paper. I colored her in with Copic. Oh, they're just so much fun. I love them. I look at this right now and I'm like, oh, I want to go play with them. I just love them. And then I hand wrote beautiful you, and then put little gems all over her dress, a gem here for a necklace and one for her earring, and put that down. And I think that came out really cute. These two pages are one of my favorite pages in here. And on this page, I drew some rocks, I watercolored them. Upon this rock I shall build my church, Matthew 16:18 verse, and then a nice big area for her to journal. And on this page, I just painted black and did a little bit of blue in it, and took my paintbrush and just kind of hit it and made splatter marks to make it look like the night sky. Did some doodling with my white pen around, and then on my silhouette I cut out these letters, and it says, obviously, God loves you more than all the stars in the sky. She always talks about God. She always talks about her strength and what it has helped her through all of this. So a beach scene, and then this one here, I started creating mountains, and I did a Bible verse with Faith Can Move Mountains by Matthew. And then I decided, well, like, she's on a journey, she's fighting, she's doing everything she can. So I did a road going towards that, and some trees, and it's watercolor and ink, more of the doodling up here with the black border. And on this page, she loves music. So I took some music paper and just ripped it apart up here and put that down in the background, painted it blue, did some clouds. Each cloud is numbered, so she can put her favorite song, or maybe her favorite hymn, whatever she wants to put down. She sings her song. And up here, music is said to be the speech of angels by Thomas Carlyle. And I used some stamps for the little music notes, and yeah, she can put her favorite songs down. This page I did a belly band and did some little embellishments there. Had some more of my tickets, trust, faith. I stamped the letters with my alphabet. Inspirational journaling card, another guest check. I had some ledger paper. This one has I stuck a little sticker on it with a dove. Same thing here with ledger paper. Put a sticker on there, and she can do whatever she needs with that. And that goes right behind the little belly band. Then on this page, I did another Julie Nutting doll, and I hand wrote, "Dang girl, you are so brave," because she is. She's one of the bravest people I know. She's just endured so much, and I want her to know that. I want her to look at this, and I want her to know she is so strong and capable and beautiful. So I did the background, painted it, stenciled it, and put a little heart on there. This page, she loves Halloween. And this is an envelope that I get from a company. I've mentioned them in another video, Red Lead. And they give you an envelope when you have an order, and you get these little goodies and stuff in it. And so I always save them. And because she loves Halloween, I thought that would be really cute So it's just a little flip, and then there's some cards in there. I didn't really do much. I got to get my Halloween stickers and stuff out and maybe put some things on there or stamp something. And I did a night sky, a spooky tree, and this moon. I created this moon. If you look back at my video, the one where it talks about how to create an art journal from a composition notebook, this is also in there with a girl handing the moon a flower. And so I just used my image from that and put that in here. And this is a saying. I have a stamp that says, "When witches go riding and black cats are seen, the moon laughs and whispers, 'tis near Halloween." And I typed that up on the computer and put that in there. And that's all symbolic of her love for Halloween. Her birth stone is green, which is ironic because I found that in a magazine. And Spread Your Wings and Shine, to obviously her fight and her encouragement to fight everything that she needs with support. Did some squiggly lines coming from the butterfly, played off the green with the paint, and she can journal there. Another Bible verse, another pocket. This was just some, I don't even know where this came from, and it was a like a circle, and then I put this in the middle and then adhered this to the blue. Have some more extra scrap papers that I created. You Are So Loved, a rose, a crucifix, part of the ribbon I put on here, and then put that in there and she can journal. Same thing here, another Bible verse, John 4:16. That's one of her favorite Bible verses. And this is a picture of her and I, but I, again, can't really show you that. And so some more journaling cards. And I had called her up one day and I'm like, "What's your favorite numbers? What's your favorite Bible verses? What do you like with this?" And I'm thinking, oh, I hope she doesn't catch on because I want to surprise her with this. So that's how a lot of that came to be. This is a little flip here. I cut this out from a magazine, Love Life. I had a sticker that said enjoy, thankful sticker. Open this up, family memories. She's got a very large family. They're also supportive of her, so I thought maybe she can put something there. Bible, a Bible here, and then washi tape there. Did some flourishes here. This is scrapbook paper. And then on this page, another guest check. This flips up. She can write something, some scrap paper here, some stickers. This is a big piece of washi tape. And then I did some washi tape there. And I have a stamp that says Fragile, Handle with Prayer. So I stamped that in the middle, playing off the purple, and a little sticker. This page I painted with acrylics. Just went to town, did pink, white, purple. Really, I wasn't really thinking about anything except those colors. Did my doodling, did the white and the black. And then I wrote, "Take time to smell the flowers." And then this little sticker right here are praying hands. And I found this later. And when I looked at it, I said, that purple has the purple and the pink. That's exactly on this page. So I stuck that down on the corner, but it perfectly goes with the color. Again, just like really crazy how all that worked out. So I thought that was cute. Another Bible verse with the sun, or even the light of God, and I used the stencil and used these stars and hit that with some gold metallic paint, and around the edges also. This page, Friends Forever and a Day. Every time she texts me, she will always end it, Friends Forever and a Day, every single time. So I had this chipboard piece that said Friends. I found this in a magazine, Forever, and then and a day, I just hand wrote that because that's what she says. And another phone, oh hello, because we do spend a lot of time on the phone with each other, and some washi tape there. On this page, I scrapbooking paper, I did some walnut ink, stamped, and then did a Bible verse. This was a stencil. I created a doorway here, kind of symbolic of Jesus and like the tomb. I need to do something up here. I'm not quite sure what I want to do. Created another pocket, have more of this scrap paper, put my stickers on it, celebrate life, little rose. This was a little pocket. Here's one of those embellishments again, the epoxy embellishments. Open this up, more scrap paper, little Bibles. I stamped the Lord is good, and then she can just journal whatever, excuse me, whatever she wants to utilize that for, and they all go in here, this little pocket. I don't know, maybe they didn't all go in there. And here's some more of those praying hands. And then another choose hope, another inspiring saying on a journaling card. We'll stick that in there like that. And we rise by lifting others. Washi tape, another, areas to journal. This I created right on the actual paper of the notebook, and I had a little embellishment that said shine. This is a red lead. She shows her star and kind of made that space and her stars. Learn to fly, cut this from a magazine, and then cut out some butterflies from a magazine, and then I painted down here to continue with the sky. Nobody sees the world quite like you with binoculars. I had a scrapbooking piece of paper with that, painted the world, put that down because that is true. She has a great outlook. Now this page, this came out, I didn't expect this to come out the way it did, and I was pretty happy with it. I stamped, this is watercolor paper. I stamped feathers on it, colored them. And this dove was cut from a Christmas card, had some stickers, and this saying is about like birds and feathers, which is why I played off of that. This was a scrapbook piece of paper. And then these borders with the birds and the saying was from a sticker sheet I had. And it says, hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings a tune without the words and never stops at all. It's by Emily Dickinson. So this is about hope. And it talks about feathers and the bird perching in your soul and everything. So I kind of thought that came out really cute. And then I did some watercolor around the edges. And then she can utilize that page. This page, I did more pockets. This came from a Christmas card. I painted and doodled around the edges with scallops, and I had some pockets I made and sewed on the machine. These were scraps that were left over. So I had some stickers that fit nicely in here because they're elongated. Same thing on this page. I doodled all around here and colored it in. And here's another, this was from another Christmas card. So I put that dove there to go with the dove on the other side. And some leftover paper and embellishments, another ribbon, put that there. And this page was supposed to represent stained glass in a church. It's okay. I don't quite like exactly how it came out. I kind of envisioned it a little bit better, but I made it look like stained glass, and I wrote in each, well, not in each, but most of them, the verses that are found in this book onto the stained glass. So it, kind of just represents everything. And I just use 2 pieces of watercolor paper that when I would watercolor on, when I would use just a watercolor paper, and that was left over from the strips, and I put that right onto the lined paper. On this page, I have trust, learn, dream, glow, hope. Have some lines that I drew with paint, and I have some Sharpie markers here that I'm going to give her because Sharpie works pretty good on acrylic paint. And I also bought her some pens. So she has all these different color pens. Some are gel. These are just normal ink pens. Then she's got the markers, and she can just use whatever works best for her in the journal. This here says goals, goals. And again, some strips and stripes that I made and painted and did some doodling around it. And here's more of the doodling with the borders that I was telling you about. This page I just spritzed. All of these pages were directly on the composition paper. Did some vines with Posca pens, Trust, and then just painted them in. That's a sticker. And this says I will never forget, and she can put whatever she needs there. Another question I asked her were, what do you like to watch? What kind of movies? Here's another ribbon I made for a bookmarker. So I numbered this 1 through 22, and I stamped some film strips on here and used my alphabet letters. I spelled out favorite movies. And she can maybe just one day, you know, not want to think about anything and just sit there and go, yeah, what are some of my favorite movies? Just something to occupy her and keep things moving along, hopefully, you know, in a positive manner. And on this page, again, just stamped Rejoice in the Lord on the composition notebook. Now this page, I have a piece of white paper here. I can't show you because it's private and it has something to do with her. So I don't think she wants to be on a YouTube video. So I just covered that page up. This page here, I had a sticker. This is all based off of this sticker. It says love you. So I took a alphabet stamp and used 2 letters, we love you. And then these stickers I had, because she's beautiful and kind, she celebrates life, she is a blessed soul. And on these 2 pages, what I would like to do, I'm going to sign it, and I'm going to have my husband sign it with our well wishes, like the nurse's page. And then maybe like her family members or close friends or whoever she wants. But that's kind of what I made these 2 pages for. And we can just tell her how much we love her and that we're right there with her fighting and support her in everything. Washi tape, and then I did a doodle of scallops that I colored in with a black marker. And this is You Are Stronger Than You Think. I cut that off of my silhouette and just did some paint on there. And this page is another Julie Nutting doll, and I put in here in a heart that I used a die cut. I love our friendship, keep fighting, love life. And then this background here was just like a card I had, and then I took strips of scrap paper and I just glued them down, and then I glued everything on top of it and created this and put this in there, and just to let her know, you know, how much I love her, and then I'm right there with her. And yeah, so that's my journal for her. And I hope you enjoyed the video. It was very inspiring for me to think about everything that we have been through with each other, and how much I really treasure our friendship and all the crazy things we've done and we talk about and we have been through since we've met. So I am going to give this to her, and hopefully it will ease her pain a little bit. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for all that subscribe. You don't know how much that means. And anyone that is new, if you'd like to subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. And blessings to everyone, and I hope that you're all doing very well. Thanks again, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.